News and information 570 AM, 96.3 FM, HD2, KLIF.
We have insurance on our cars, our homes, but have you thought about insuring other valuables in your life? Joining us now is Dallas insurance attorney Marc Fanning with Fanning, Aper, Martinson, Brandt, and Kitchen. Marc, thanks for joining us. Today we saw the unveiling of the rebuilt Big Tex, and you've pointed out that this is an example of not properly insuring your valuables.
Yeah, the word we got from the media reports was that the State Fair didn't carry enough insurance on Big Tex when he burned last year, and they very cleverly went to the public and asked for donations and help. But we don't. I think it cost about $500,000 to repair and restore him. So I'm not sure where all that money came from.
I think a lot of people stepped forward and basically came to it, to the rescue. But in our own lives, we probably don't think about this, but there's probably several items that you just don't have insured enough to cover what would take to cover it in the event you lost it or was stolen.
Oh, sure. We ought to all take annual reviews of what our insurance policies, the amounts that are in there and what they cover, and make sure that we have adequate insurance to protect us in case there's a loss. And I know people oftentimes ignore that and go years without rechecking the value, and that's a mistake.
Is there certain items that you see more than others that people just go, oh, yeah, I didn't even think about that?
Well, surely the homeowner's policy, where you set limits for your home, for replacement costs, for the personal items, for liability. Those things get set once and then oftentimes ignored.
There was a time when I used to do triathlons, and some of the bicycles that I had were fairly expensive. And we're talking thousands of dollars. And I remember my insurance agent going, really? A bicycle?
Yeah, I know. It can get away from you without you really thinking about it.
Are there guidelines for insuring items that don't really have a specific monetary value?
Well, do your homework. Get on the Internet. Find out what the value of those items are and make sure you've got adequate coverage either under your homeowners or under specialized policies. If they're items that would be excluded under homeowners, then go to a specialized policy and make sure you get covered.
We're talking to Dallas insurance attorney Marc Fanning. We saw the storms and the floods up in Colorado, and I see these cars floating down the river. What covers this?
Well, that's a great question because flood insurance is a specific insurance provided by the government for homes and dwellings. As far as the cars that are caught up in floods, I'm not sure as I sit here if they're covered under the auto policy or not, but I think they would be.
I got to believe that it's covered, though, right?
I think it's covered, but the homes are not. Unless you buy the United States government flood insurance, your home is not covered against flood.
Do you see a lot of cases of people trying to fight for insurance companies to cover things that they should have taken out separate policies on?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Sure. But people are always trying to cover their loss any way they can, and so they try to convince the insurance company to help out. And it just depends on the wording and the coverage and whether or not it's excluded is whether or not they will.
Basically, your advice would be to most people just to kind of take inventory of their home and things that are overly expensive?
Sure. I mean, do your annual review, check it out, get some comparisons, and agents are more than willing to help you evaluate your property so that you can get it properly insured.
Talking to Dallas insurance attorney Marc Fanning, I appreciate you joining us. Is there a way, if people got additional questions, they can get a hold of you?
Sure. They can contact me here at the firm at 972-860-0346.
Marc, I appreciate you jumping on for a couple of minutes. Thanks so much.
You bet. Thank you.